Everybody, we are back. It is Taped on Live's favorite podcast, favorite channel, favorite everything. We are back. You guys already know what to do. Hit the subscribe button, subscribe. Hit the like button if you like it. Hit the dislike button if you don't like it. Leave a comment if you like it. Leave a comment if you don't like it. Also, follow us on Twitter at the Mark John NFL for me, at Glenn Rockney for Glenn, and of course, pandasups.com. Discount code TDL for 25% off. Also, make sure you hit up Homage, so you can get any NFL gear that you like at Homage. It will definitely represent the channel that way. You get 15% off using this QR code. So make sure you use this QR code when you do it. Like I said, the Max Crosby Blitz jersey are back, guys. The Max Crosby Blitz jerseys are back. All right, and of course, there's always the TDL store. Make sure you guys check out the TDL store there. Boom. Is this thing shares? There you go. Boom. TDL store, get anything you guys want, like, because we do our giveaways on Fridays, but like, support the store, guys. You guys got some stuff, man. You guys donate to the show. You guys also get you a fitted cap. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Get your hat. The hat's really nice, man. I really love the hat. It's getting hot outside, especially if you're on my side of town. Get your tank top season. Get you that tank top. All right, guys. So we are back today. Talking defensive tackles. We're going to get really deep dive into the defensive tackle class, see what's going on there, and get into the analytics, since the Raiders will need a defensive tackle. So, Glenn, how are you feeling today, man?
Oh, good. I have a conspiracy theory. Would you like to hear my conspiracy theory right now?
Yeah, all right, go ahead, man.
It has nothing to do with it has something to do with the Raiders, because I'm going to incorporate a Raider here. Did you hear that Travis Etienne has a different pronunciation for his name now?
Yes.
It's Travis Achan. Now, despite there being another running back named Achan in the league, Travis Etienne says, you know what? New team. I'm in New Orleans. Achan. Now, last year, Bijan Robinson told everyone his name is Bijan Robinson.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And he had a career year. I think Travis Achan is trying to have a career year by changing his name, going like, okay, now I'm going to go off. Now, for this, I say our running back should go by Ashton Jeanté.
Jeanté.
Yeah, he should go. My name is Ashton Jeanté. It's a French. It's a little bit of a French kind of thing happening.
Yeah.
With my name, and then a 2,000-yard season.
Yeah,
it happens.
It's the power of the name, man. You change the name, changes a lot.
A toothpick changes everything, man. You know that meme? It's kind of a law of attraction kind of thing. You feel good, you play good. I just thought about that the other day.
Man. Ashton
Ashton. And he corrects Hondo like 30 times in the press conference. Jeanté. Yeah.
So guys, you guys have been getting it wrong.
Yeah.
This whole time.
Yeah.
Oh my
exactly.
God. Yeah, the Ache thing is funny, man. So you're telling me this whole time?
The whole time.
It's been years. What about your brother? Does your brother agree with this?
He's going by the old name. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, because you have to text your brother the night before you do that. Like you have to, that may be like, because he's in New Orleans now, so he wants the real friend, he wants that pronunciation, right? So I was just thinking, I was like, I think running backs are just now going to start saying my name is this now, because Bijan Robinson went off last year after he changed his name.
Bijan.
Yeah, Bijan. And so you just got to go French. You guys make your name just slightly more French, and you will go crazy. Like I mean, Todd Gurley's knees might have been crazy. Like it might have healed the cartilage in his knees. You never know.
Yeah. A little bit, man. A little bit. All right. So, today, so we're doing defensive tackles today, but really nothing's going on with the Raiders. It's a pretty slow period right now. We're in the middle, or the after free agency, in between the drafts. So we're getting the hot draft takes right now. The draft takes are steaming hot. Mm-hmm. People have started. People on TV have started digging into the film. So we get the hot draft takes. They're going to keep coming. They're not going to just be quarterback, man. They're not just be quarterback. They're going to be the hot takes are. They're coming in. And I already see a question about a couple of them. It's the big one right here, Glenn. It was, do y'all think Orlovsky believes what he says about Simpson being the best quarterback? Not saying I agree, but I think he's just doing it for attention.
Well, ESPN has to have some kind of controversy because right now the Raiders have the least controversy at the top pick of the draft.
Yeah.
And I will say to Raider fans, like, don't fall for that stuff. Like, I understand you want to get in there and defend your future quarterback and stuff, but I will say there's something about this. Like, I'm really excited about drafting Mendoza. He's clearly the pick. I think the intangibles and his character are perfect for Vegas, and I think he's going to do really well in a Kubiak system. But this is all gambling lottery stuff, man. Like, it might not work, but that's okay. Like, you don't need to win these arguments now. I think we're getting the right guy, but we'll see. Now, Ty Simpson is 6'1", like 205 or something like that. Like, he's small. He hasn't shown he can take hits in the league, which nobody seems to value anymore. Like we always talk about it on here. Like, back in the day, you used to draft quarterbacks for their frame. Big guys like people like that. Like, people don't realize how big Ryan Leaf was. Like, Ryan Leaf was big as hell. Like, people talk about still seeing him on like media day, and they're like, "Damn, this dude is big as hell." So, like, with Ty Simpson, that never gets held against him. And he also has the lack of starts. I don't think the Raiders were ever going to be in that situation. Now, one thing I saw that clip today. The one thing I did see is nobody told him for the Jets. If he's the best quarterback in the class, why aren't the Jets taking him at 2?
I know.
Nobody ever says that. They're like, the Raiders should take him. It's like, well, what about the Jets at 2? And they're like, nah, they're not ready for that yet.
Is that what he was saying? He's saying the Raiders should take. I kind of glanced over. I watched a little bit. I
think it was a few guys on ESPN. I think it was Chris Canty. Chris Canty, the old defensive lineman, he does like an ESPN thing, and he was like, the Raiders, like, are they sure it's Mendoza? Like, it could be Ty Simpson. They should trade the pick. And I'm just like, man. I'm even looking at Todd McShay's quarterback list for next year, and I like Todd McShay a lot. But his quarterback list for next year, to inflate the class, he's got 2 19-year-olds on the class next year. He's got CJ Carr and Julian Sayin. These guys are 19 years old.
Yeah.
Unless they're the number 1 overall pick, which I'm sorry, it's Arch. That's number 1. These guys aren't coming out.
Yeah.
Like, they're like, so, and then you look at like Lenora Sellers, who I like Lenora Sellers. He's going to have a good year this year.
Yeah.
And win football games. Like, for him to get that, like, you even look at that quarterback class next year, you're like, that doesn't even look as good as people are saying it does. The Raiders have their pick made for them, and I think ESPN thinks that's a little boring.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's a huge part of it, is how boring it is right now. Because I mean, this is a defensive draft. What else can you talk about? The edges or the cornerbacks?
No.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so who's the best cornerback?
Right.
You can't be like, is Gerard McCoy the next? You can't do that on the defensive side of the ball. Defensive football is boring. It is. It is the most boring side of the ball.
Offensive line is boring too.
Offensive line is super boring. You can't talk about, is there a franchise tackle? Yeah. We brought on Joe Thomas today, who's going to debate tackles with us. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about that. Nobody cares about safeties.
Even the receiver class, like Carnell Tate as wide receiver 1's not really that exciting. I mean, there's nothing against the guy, but it's not Jamar Chase. It's not something like that. Right. And, like, the most exciting, like, I think the actual draft pods that get like into the nitty gritty of it, they're having a fine time, because it's like actually kind of fun right now, because a lot of people don't know what's going to happen. A lot of people aren't really sure where Arvell Reese actually goes, where Sonny Styles goes, where Jeremiah Love goes. It's, but ESPN has to generate this content, and you have to realize right now the NBA playoffs haven't started yet.
Mm-hmm.
Baseball season hasn't started yet, and this is what they do, right? And last year they had Shador fall into their laps, where you could insert Shador into any conversation you wanted to. For a while, and nobody seems to remember this now, for a while it was, are the Titans going to take Cam or Shador? Now, it sounds a little stupid now, but they made that a debate last year. There's really nobody to make that debate. So the Ty Simpson thing, I don't even think Ty Simpson believes that.
Yeah. See, things I got confused by Ty Simpson's agent, because his marketing agent is different than his contract agent. So Dan Orlovsky and him have the same agent, which is like a big part of this stupid game that we have in football.
What does that do for Dan Orlovsky? Like, that's what I don't get. Like, does Dan Orlovsky get money from that or something?
Maybe.
or his agent or something does. I just seems weird to. I feel like he might. Maybe Dan Orlovsky's just wrong.
that could be a big part of it.
Yeah,
Too.
maybe he's just like, hey, I like Dan Orlovsky's doing the thing where, and I've done this before, and it's fun to do sometimes, where there's a 10% chance I'm right. And I'll just do it. And if I do, I'll never shut up about it if I'm the guy who's right about that. But, you know, he's just doing that. Look at the guy wears funny clothes. He ran out of the back of the end zone and safety. He's kind of the guy everybody laughs at on that show anyways. Like, everybody just makes fun of him all the time.
Yeah, he ran out of bounds, man.
I know.
He ran out of bounds.
And he's really like clutch sports for Matthew Stafford. That's like what he does on ESPN, which is fine. That's your friend. You're his backup. I think that's endearing a little bit too. But this guy does not sit down and watch all 22. Like I'm sorry, he doesn't. Maybe on like current NFL players he does, but he does not sit down there and watch like, you know, because what did he say? The 6 best Ty Simpson games are better than anything Fernando Mendoza's done. I'm just like, anything? I mean, Fernando Mendoza took down Ohio State in the national championship. Or I'm sorry, in the Big Ten championship game. Like Ty Simpson has no wins like that. But I guess it doesn't matter.
Yeah, somebody said his agent will make more money.
Yeah, but why? But that's not enough for me to go on TV and say that. Like I don't care how much money my agent makes.
Yeah. I mean, Ty Simpson's going at 16. I'm convinced of this. I mean,
I could see it. Some people think Arizona's trading back up into the first round for him too, from 34. I could see that as well. I got nothing against Ty Simpson.
I don't either, but like he's not Mendoza though. Like I think that's crazy.
Yeah,
honestly, like even if those guys came out, maybe it was close, like in the middle of the season when like Mendoza had a couple of struggling games against Penn State and Iowa, right? Which one thing I think people do with Mendoza is they overrate the team. Like I think they really do overrate that football team. Like that team, I mean, you could just watch the Miami game. Like the Miami game, Miami is completely outcoached, but it didn't matter. Like Miami had Malachi Toney. Yeah. So eventually he was going to run 80 yards all around those guys who were a bunch of, you know, they're good players. You know, like D'Angelo Pond's a good player.
Right.
Like Lewis Moore, I mean, they're good. They're good. There's no really great guys. I mean, Omar Cooper is getting hyped up because of
I think I lost you.
All right, am I back?
Yeah, you're back now. But yeah, okay. You were saying Omar Cooper is you're saying he's getting hyped up because of, and then I lost you.
Yeah, it's because because of Mendoza. Mendoza has been, you know, making those players look better, in my opinion.
Yeah, so. He gets no credit for it whatsoever. That's what nobody had that Indiana team doing anything this year. I mean, they were a ranked team, and they were coming off a playoff appearance where they got smoked. I mean, they got smoked in South Bend in that playoff appearance. They just didn't look like they belonged in the playoff. This year, it didn't look like anybody was going to beat them now. And you know, you're talking about guys like who's big. I didn't look at the pre-big board for like in college football season. Did anybody have Omar Cooper and Elijah Surratt as like these top players? Probably not.
Maybe Surratt was maybe getting a little bit of love because they had a pretty good year before, but not Cooper at all.
But so I mean, like a lot of these guys didn't have that. And I'll say this: I saw somebody posting today that Mendoza doesn't have enough 300-yard games or something like that. And these are gonna be things they're gonna poke holes in. And this is why I think getting a Tyler Linderbaum and trying to get this run game, outside zone run game going will be beneficial to him right away. These are things you have to. He's not. I don't believe Joe. He is a Joe. I don't believe he's a Joe Burrow prospect. I don't believe he's an Andrew Luck prospect. That's not what you get most years at number one. Yeah. But I do think the guy for Vegas. That's very important, bringing a guy like that into Vegas. Mendoza, a leader. I mean, what is he doing? He's putting on like VR goggles and talking to Alyssa Liu. Like that's like what he does on the weekends. He doesn't do anything else. Like just works at like Enterprise Rent-A-Car and stuff. Like this is the type of guy we need in Vegas. Hell, he should have given one of our guys an Enterprise Rent-A-Car, if you know what I'm saying. Like had somebody pick him up and take him home a couple of years ago. Should have happened from Top Golf. Like it's just you know just. The guy's the right guy for this team, you know?
Yeah. And I think he handles the fame really good. All the fame he's got with it, I think he handles it really well too. Also the thing is with me is that the Raiders have Clint Kubiak. Like he's gonna make Mendoza look better than he is, regardless. So it's a track record,
Right.
track record of making, and Mendoza has all the skills and the talent to get better in that offense. Like it's like we just wipe out Clint Kubiak out of the the equation right now.
Right.
Like Ty Simpson is going to Frank Reich.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like Mendoza's going to Clint Kubiak, who Sam Darnold just won a Super Bowl, and he looked great in that offense by the end of the season. You know what I mean? Like this is Clint Kubiak. He's not. He's only every quarterback has had over 100 rating. Like this is Mendoza's going to look a whole lot better than maybe he actually is. I mean, that's going to be the next nitpicking.
That'll be the next debate, huh? Is the assistant, which I'm all for. As a Raider fan, I just grabbed my popcorn. I don't care. I love the system. We could have Clint Kubiak for 20 years. Clint Kubiak ain't going to become a free agent.
Yeah. Like he lives off play action. Here's his without play action stats. I can't wait to see that. I really hope.
I love when I always got a crack. I had a friend back when I lived in the Bay Area, big Niner fan, and he would always be arguing with people. He's like, Brock Purdy's not a system guy. Brock Purdy's the man. I'm like, dude, what do you give a shit? Your team is the system. You have Shanahan. Who cares if it's this or that? Like it's great. The system's working. And for me, with Mendoza too, the height and the weight is like really important too for me. Like just if he was Ty Simpson's height and weight, I'd probably have a lot more concerns. I'd just be like, but to me, 6'5", 236. The mobility I think is underrated. I'm not gonna, he's not Lamar Jackson, but he's the mobility is better than what we've seen from a Raiders quarterback in quite some time. And I think he's just a little bit of a psycho too. And I think he's got that in him. And you're right. Like they don't get any credit for bringing him into what I think is a good situation for a quarterback. Right now with the coaching staff, Tyler Linderbaum, they just made sure center's not going to be an issue. I think their offensive line is just going to play better for a multitude of reasons. And, maybe the receivers aren't there, but I still think they're going to find a way. I still think they're going to find a way to have a passing game.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know. He's really pushing that, man. Like even his breakdown of Mendoza was hilarious. I don't know if you saw that. But he was like
Orlovsky.
Yeah, he said Mendoza checks down too much. I was like, whoa.
I thought that was I thought that was the thing we needed him to start doing.
Yeah, and then you watch like Greg Cosell's breakdown. It's like the total opposite. Like his little scouting report he dropped today. I mean, it's complete opposite of everything Orlovsky says about it. He doesn't let plays develop downfield, which is gonna work in it. Like, bro, we want him to do that. Like, that's what I want him to do. Can you start checking down more? Because there's tons of times on film where I'm like, bro, just check it down. Please stop running. You know what I mean? And then he might take a sack or things like that, because he is pretty athletic, man. Straight line speed is there, and he can outrun some defensive ends. He can. Sure. So, you know what I mean? But he just has to make sure that he's getting better there from like dropping his eyes a little bit. But, like I said, when he's running with this West Coast offense and it's play action bootleg and we're hitting Brock Bowers and he's running down the field, off of 8-yard pass, getting 20-yard yak, or are we going to be complaining about, the YPA is doctored? Like, I don't care. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm so down for that. Like, I'm so down to be like, anybody could be in this Kubiak office. I'm like, well, we got a guy on a rookie contract, so I don't care. Like, and this 20, and then 2027. If you want to talk about how loaded the 2027 class is, right? The Raiders should really think about this. And this is another fake media thing because nobody's actually considering this. But the media will say, well, they should put the pick up for auction. Right, and see if they can get a bunch of picks. How about next year we sit around and let everybody else draft quarterbacks, and we can get wide receiver 1 next year in the draft. Wherever we're picking, or if you're in a spot to trade down next year and get more picks in 2027, for that draft. Like, let's say the Raiders are picking 11th overall next year, 11th, 12th. You know what I mean? They have just a whatever season or something like that, and one of these Lenore Sellers is sitting there. You can go get that. They're in a good spot right now. I know we talk about how we wanted the picks for the Crosby trade or anything. They're in a good spot right now.
Yeah, I agree, man. People are just all these overreactions are starting to happen right now. But it's just funny, like how he's hyping up Ty Simpson like that, man. Like Simpson is Mac Jones. You know what I mean? He has a better arm than Mac Jones. I'll give him that. but like he just as many starts. Honestly, I think he had a better receiving core. Ryan Williams and Jeremy Bernard.
Right.
Those two are both really
Cuevas
damn
at
good.
tight end. Cuevas at tight end is pretty good too. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Bernard, it can run routes, man. He is one of the best route runners in this draft. You know, he had Ryan Williams, who had a disappointing year.
Yeah.
Who looked pretty damn good with Jalen Monroe. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
you could do that all day with Ty Simpson, but you know.
Yeah, that's my thing. Is you're at Alabama. You're not talking about some kid out of Sam Houston State right now or something. Like we're talking about a guy out of Alabama who I'm sorry, I watched them play each other in the game, the Rose Bowl. I mean, it was a massacre.
Yeah.
And to me, I'm just you know, there's gonna be narratives, and the Raiders haven't really earned a lot of the media's trust right now. Let's be real. They haven't even earned half the fan base's trust. Like it's so they're gonna be the ones with doubt right now. And I think it's, you know, you didn't hear about it much with the Titans, because I just don't think anybody cares about the Titans. Yeah. Taking Cam Ward, they're like, all right, whatever, who cares? But you're gonna hear it, and I think, to me, I'm excited. I'm excited to watch the offense this year, like a lot.
Yeah, me too, man. I am. What team is C. Wilkins going to?
The Savannah Bananas.
Yeah, the UFL team. I don't know what he's doing, man.
The Savannah Bananas, they like twerk and stuff, so that'd be perfect.
I can't wait till what happened comes out, because they can't talk about it right now. But I just can't.
I know. What did you do? Yeah, and also, why can't we get the cap relief? If it's an unspeakable thing, it's quite literally an unspeakable thing. Nobody will speak on it, but they're like, we're still up in the air if the Raiders can get that money back on the contract. It's like, well, I don't know. Feels like nobody wants to say what happened. I feel like we should get that money back. I mean, right now it's a little too late, but hell, Brock Bowers gonna need an extension pretty soon, you know. So like, let's get that Christian Wilkins money in here.
Yeah. Easy wants BX wants to trade back. He's one of those guys. Sorry, well, you just don't want to have a franchise quarterback, man.
You apologize because you know you're wrong. That's why you said sorry at the end of that.
Where is he the quarterback, man? I don't know why you guys don't want the winner.
Trade back next year.
I don't know why nobody wants the winner who's 6'5", 236 pounds, and can move and took Indiana to the national championship game, and then he's diving into the end zone, and then he's running all over the place, and he has all these clutch games where like his team really isn't that good because they're not as talented as Penn State, so Penn State's punch him in the mouth, but they still win. Like I don't, guys. Come on.
I'll put it to you this way: if you don't want Mendoza this year, why do you think anybody else is going to? And then also next year is the year I trade down, because everybody seems to want those quarterbacks next year, and you're going to have one, and you're going to be able to get a bunch of picks in a haul and not have to worry about who you passed on.
Yeah. Did Wilkins touch Tyree? That's what he's asked.
I don't know. I feel like Tyree hasn't been good even before that, but you know, it's a theory.
Yeah, man. What did he do, bro? Like, what did you do in that locker? Like, what? Like, it was that somebody said you need therapy. Adam Butler said he needs therapy.
Yeah. No, I think I have some ideas that I won't say of what happened here. Have you ever seen the show Oz on HBO? Like, yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
I don't know, like Charles. I don't know if you heard some Charles Haley stories, man.
No, for sure. I mean, Micah Parsons' college stories are kind of crazy too. People sweep those ones under the rug. If you look up Micah Parsons at Penn State, they're like, you hurt yourself celebrating too.
Yeah,
that's what would piss me off more than anything,
man. Would you rather risk Cole Payton instead of Ty Simpson? I would. I don't know about everybody else in the world, but in this class, because I just don't think this class is that good. I'm not really into like the Nussmeier, like he could be a good backup for you. Like I'm not really into that right for this class. If the Raiders weren't getting Mendoza, I would risk like a Cole Payton, Taylon Green thing and just be like, okay, one of those two guys, I'll know right away if it works or it doesn't. And then the next year I get to take it again. If you draft Ty Simpson, because this is the problem with a team like the Jets, and I think people have explained this pretty well, is if you're Ty Simpson, if the Jets draft Ty Simpson this year, and they have 3 first-round picks in 2027 when everybody's excited about the quarterback class,
you kind of have to play Ty Simpson this year to see before you draft in 2027. But everybody else thinks he needs to sit for a while. So if you have Ty Simpson just sitting there for a while, but 3 first-round picks next year, and what if you're there? What if Arch Manning's staring at you in the face? What do you do? So I say thank your lucky stars that the Raiders just have Mendoza here, and you can just do that.
Yeah. And does Arch Manning have good film last year?
You don't have to tell me that, Marcus. I have not exactly I've not really been the biggest Arch Manning guy.
Why are we just all? I mean, I know he's talented as hell. Trust me. Like from a talent perspective, it's like somebody I'm about to ask a question about Cam Ward and Mendoza. Like, yeah, talented as hell. Just talented is Arch Manning, right? Probably one of the most talented quarterbacks I've seen, like in a long time. I think he might run a 4.4 dog, right? He's different. But are we talking about film or are we just talking about
I'm just saying, like everybody that all I heard about during the Cam Ward Shedeur Sanders year this year was this quarterback class this year was going to be incredible, and now nobody wants to touch it.
Yeah.
I just everybody thinks next year's class is great, and then the college football season happens. People don't even know if they want to draft Caleb Downs or not right now. Like, it's like, dude, I've seen Caleb Downs for 3 straight years talked about as this can't miss prospect, and he's done nothing to disprove that. And now but it's just when the guy's actually ready to be drafted, everybody's moving on. There's nothing. Next year's better. Nope. And then, by the way, people are saying, I see saying, I don't think he's number one thing. Then why would some team give you a bunch of picks for him? That's my thing. Like, if you don't think he's number one, and it's that obvious to everybody, a team's not coming up to come get him. Now, I think a team would give you picks for it because he is the number one pick.
He's 6'5", 236, man. I mean, come on, guys.
I know. Hi, Nikki.
He's just really old school. Hi, Nikki. Hi, Nikki. Ready to go, Ray. Thank you for flip the script. Support the channel. Appreciate that. All right, Mendoza or Cam Ward as a prospect, who would you choose? I mean, this is what I'm saying. Like, for me, like, I'm taking the 6'5", 236 guy. I'm sorry.
I take Mendoza. I was not super big on. I was not super big on.
I know, and I liked Cam Ward a lot, but it's just It's just Mendoza in the playoffs was just lights out when they needed him to be lights out. Those Indiana teams were not better than Alabama. They're not, bro. I'm sorry, they weren't better than Alabama. They had Mendoza.
It was all transfer. What's crazy too is Mendoza doesn't get the credit for all these guys transferring into his school, and they look like they've been playing together for 10 years. That's why I like it too. Is he transfers in? Was it Surratt? No, somebody else. Somebody else transfers in. A couple other people transfer in. Coogan comes from Notre Dame. Like, all these guys come in, and it looks like they all got recruited together. I'm telling you, the guy's a leader.
6'5", 236 guarantee as a QB. All the quarterbacks that are in the AFC Championship last year were basically this size. I mean, I guess you had
it's crazy, man.
Drake May. You get a Drake May. You get like a Justin Herbert. I mean,
Josh Allen.
You get a guy who doesn't get hurt a lot. That's a big part of that. He doesn't get hurt a lot. He can take
and Ty Simpson always a guy like Ty Simpson gets hurt. Like, I mean,
because they're smaller. And small guys can't see, man. I don't understand. Like, I don't like short quarterbacks. I've given very nice love lately, and I appreciate the equality that we're doing with quarterback position. I appreciate equality, but we need these dudes to be 6'3" and up. I mean, 6'2" is the lowest. If you want your quarterback to be consistent in the NFL, you're gonna have Kyler Murray, who looks good one week, and then the next week he doesn't look good because he can't see. Same with Bryce Young. They can't see. Russell Wilson fades off.
Baker to a degree. If Baker was 6'4", he'd have a ring by now.
Yeah. How did Drake May play in the play? Listen, Doc, he played. He's come on, Doc. I get it. We're trying to knock the 6'5" guys like we did before, so we, like I said, so we could have some equality at the quarterback position. But like, keep it real, bro. Like, this is what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, this
is the guy you bet on. These are all gambles.
It's just crazy.
These are all gambles.
It's always been crazy how we are talking about these short quarterbacks as like first round picks. I think it's nuts all the time. But he told me to stop stuttering. All right, Doc.
Wow.
All right, bro. All right, here we go. So, wasn't Dan Orlovsky the one who said Ty looked better? That he was only 8 games into the season of his film study. So, no shit. If that's the case, Ty fell off. Yeah, exactly.
That was his take. Was that if you take the best games of Ty Simpson, they're better than the best games of Mendoza, which I don't think that's true. But okay.
Yeah. Do you think if Crosby is balling before next trade deadline, he's traded to a team with playoff push?
Yes. It depends on what the Raiders' record is, but if the Raiders are like 2-4, I think so.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know. He's talking about
that was the Wilkins thing for like if they were to get the money. I don't know, but it sounds like there were voids, conduct detrimental to the team. I don't think anybody really knows right now, but it's enough for the Raiders to want it back. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. Thoughts on Arizona quarterback Stukes? Am I overhyping him as a serious option early round 4? I think you're underhyping him. Mm-hmm. That's what I think.
Yeah, because I think he's a third rounder, late second, early third kind of guy.
Yeah, and then he's like 6'2" as well. He's 6'2", 190. He's not as long as I thought he would be, and he's a little more stiffer than I thought. But I think he is a safety in my opinion. I think he can come down and play in the slot pretty well.
Yeah.
He has good ball skills, but I just think overall from a movement perspective, and I know he can run straight line, but like from a movement perspective, I do believe that the best place for him is still playing safety. Right, but in the college football, they got those still spread out guys, so he has to play slot. But I think he can play safety pretty well. I think he has great ball skills there for sure.
Raiders need that. Raiders need that.
Yeah, man. She gave me her number and hasn't texted back in a week. Chat, am I cooked?
She hasn't texted back in a week. You'd have to give me what did you say?
Yeah. What was the last thing he said?
Yeah, right now I'm leaning cooked. Right now I'm leaning cooked. In a week, either that or she got back with her old guy. Like you were kind of like a guy she flirted with for a week, and then she got back with somebody, because she was probably mad at her man or something like that. Gave her number to somebody. Yeah, unfortunately, it happens. It happens.
And the thing is, like some girls like a double text, bro. I mean, she probably.
Yeah, you got nothing to lose at this point. Double text, yeah.
Some girls like a double text.
Yeah,
they do.
Some girls do, some girls don't. But right now, you're already kind of playing with house money at this point because she's not hitting you back.
You might have to hit the double text, bro. Like you know what I mean. Then she might be all happy that you. Oh, hey, you know what I mean. You never know. All right. You said you do it again this weekend. Oh, you sent the double text an hour ago. Ooh, all right, yeah.
Okay, yeah. No, you know what? You got to, at the end of the day, man, you make the baseball Hall of Fame when you only get 3 hits every 10 at bats. The 7 outs that you make, right? Those can be double plays, strikeouts. They can be embarrassing, but you can still get in the Hall of Fame hitting 300. So keep shooting your shot.
Exactly.
With other girls, though, because that one's toast. Yeah.
So we got a lot of questions about the defensive tackles here. So let's get into this. Let's get into the defensive tackle class here. Because like how many classes draft nose tackles? Grayson Halton, 2nd round, 3rd round. Chris McClellan, all these guys.
They have a meeting.
Keep diving this class.
They have a meeting with Chris McClellan. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So somebody just asked if we have talked about who they've met with. Somebody did ask that. I missed that one.
There was a guy from Virginia. He was interesting. That edge rusher out of Virginia. I didn't know much about him, but kind of decent measurables. I thought that was somebody that they were meeting with, and then they were UNLV. They had a UNLV corner, I believe, that they were meeting up with. But they usually do a local pro day for that. So I'm sure that's where they'll get a better look at him too.
Yeah. Why is Luther Burden on here? Who put that? That's on the AI. Burden. Somebody's messing with the AI. So yeah, Dalen Everett, the corner, from Ohio State, is pretty good. Had a great combine. And then Kalon Black, probably just to ask about Mendoza. Well, I hope so, because there's a lot of running backs to Kalon Black. I think the other dude's better than him. I think the other guy's better than him in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's So that they're
Denzel Boston.
I know. That's interesting. That's the one guy I said I took I don't want to take receiver like super early just because I just really think this is a good draft to address the defense in those second, third, and fourth rounds. But if Boston's there at 36, I might just have to do that. That's just
You might have to do that. You might have to do
yeah,
that.
that's a tough because I think he's really good. I think
He knows
I
the
don't know.
system. He knows
The system, and he's also just it's a body type the Raiders don't have. It's if you love Mendoza for the back shoulder, that's a guy you can throw him to. I know we probably don't like his dad very much. That was a filthy Charger, but
yeah, his dad wasn't a good Charger though. You know.
No, he was. That was when he got like, wasn't he on like roids or something? Remember he was like gigantic. He was a good Cardinal, but it was. Hey, dude, I remember.
Can never catch with his hands though. Can never catch with his hands. That you started lifting too much.
That Balco, that Victor Conti Balco, whatever he was doing back then, he was like NFL blitz, just massive.
Yeah. Chris Sims Chris Sims is crazy, man. He's wild, man.
He's funny, man.
He's a great troll. Not having Mike Washington in your top 7 running backs is like you try to make a point of it. I couldn't hold this just to 5. I went 7 and still no Mike Washington.
Zach Wilson over Trevor Lawrence, I remember too. Was a vibe for sure. That was that was something. But yeah, I respect Chris Sims for just like, as my top 5 is gonna be different than yours. You're gonna get mad at me, and that's my job.
His third quarterback was Baron Morton from Texas Tech.
Damn.
Wow. You're trolling us, bro. I know you're trolling. Even fans, you gotta watch film and like, oh, okay, no, you're trolling. You're trolling us. That's cool though. All right, so let's get to this defense tackle. Let's get defense tackles here. So we're going over a little bit of their analytics stats. We kind of answer your questions. We're going to be talking about all these guys here that people have been asking about. Gerald Jackson Jr. This is just focused on defensive tackles, though. All right, so let's start off with just overall pressure. So defensive tackle overall pressure. This is just like no percentages, just overall. So Caleb Brinks, he did get injured, but he only had 3. Right, Landon Robinson, who seems like he's the best pass rusher for this group after doing this. He is impressive, I guess, from a defensive tackle perspective. Yeah. I haven't really got a chance to watch him. I was watching Halton today, but I didn't spell that wrong. See, I even got the name spelled wrong there, but we'll fix that in a second. But yeah, he got with Halton. He's pretty damn good as well as a pass rusher, but Landon Robinson is a little crazy. So what are your thoughts on this?
Landon Robinson is 5'11", 300 pounds. That is a fire hydrant, man. Like that's crazy. Great pressure numbers though. I mean, he's an interesting guy. I don't know how high he's gonna go because of that, like 5'11", 300. But I mean, the numbers are the numbers. I like Grayson Halton a lot. Actually, I really do. I think he's just super disruptive. One thing I wanted to bring up here is I saw somebody on Raiders Twitter bring this up, and I think it's a good point. So if we're to believe that Rob Leonard is kind of doing the Mike McDonald kind of looks on defense, Seattle doesn't have that like 330-pound nose tackle that they put on the field all the time.
Yeah.
So do you think if that's what they're doing, and we're not sure there, are they going to be trying to find a guy like Grayson Halton and have him be kind of the nose, or at least like there, like try to be able to have a guy who can play both the run and give you a little bit in pass rush and not just be 320 pounds on the field?
Yeah. So the thing is, like a player like Grayson Halton, I think he's a little iffy against the run. So that's why it's kind of like if you want to go that route with him, it would be kind of that guy who has to kind of develop his run game a little bit so he could become that kind of Byron Murphy type, right? I mean, because you're looking for that Byron Murphy inside guy. Right. I forgot who the other guy was that plays inside with him. Leonard Williams, of course, right? You get 2 guys like that, even though they don't have that size, they can play the run really well. that they
Right.
can make up for it. And that's what you have to have for those defensive tackles. And I don't think, Halton has the greatest play strength in the world from watching him today. So that could be a little bit of issue in the run game, just a little bit, right? I mean, he can see if he can get better there. But
I just mean that body type, though. Do you think they're going to go for that body type at that position rather than the Lee Hunter size guy?
yeah, no. See, it's gonna be tough because if they're really gonna run a 3-4, like they're saying, and at some point they gotta have a big guy like this. They have to, if they're really gonna do that. I mean, I think that if they go base, which I think the NFL is going more run game. All right, so I think we're gonna see more base than ever. Right, all these teams are out here with just running two tight ends. They're lined up next to each other. You're seeing two tight ends more in college, even from these spread systems. I mean, Baylor is out there with 12 personnel a lot out of the spread. Vanderbilt. You're seeing more of these teams go to the 12 personnel. So, I mean, a lot of college stuff, a lot of guys innovate with that. So that's going to start coming up into the league. And you're seeing more 12 personnel, which is going to put more teams in base. And you're going to need that. You're going to need that fat boy inside. You're going to need it. Just if you're going to go where the NFL is going, like if you're still thinking like more 2023, 2024, you're going to see more nickel, right? But like I'm telling you, there's like 17 1,000-yard rushes last year. I didn't even notice that, and like a couple, you go back like 2022 is probably like what 10.
Yeah.
So we're at the era is changing because they're trying to get these guys that are too high, right? But that's why if you want want to do what Mike McDonald does, you have to have these big, strong guys up front that can stop the run. And if they're going to play 3-4 just straight across, they got to have a big dude. But that's why you like Lee Hunter and these 26 pressures.
You like that, but you also like Christian Miller, who against the run is there. Caden McDonald, against the run, he's there. And that's why I like Darrell Jackson Jr. a lot too. Like those guys in the middle right there, I don't think they're quite maxed out yet either. I know I don't like using that term a lot, but I think I think these guys have a lot more potential on the pass rush side. I think they're very athletic and stuff. It's interesting. They did have the meeting with Chris McClellan. He had 21 pressures, and he's like 326 or something. He's big. He's big as hell.
Yeah, I mean, and just with his athletic ability, kind of shows how he still does have that upside. Out of most of these guys, Lee Hunter has the most upside to play nose, and then maybe you could move him to a 3-tech. I think Christian Miller is a real good guy for that too. I think he can play nose for you. McClellan's an interesting guy because I think he doesn't play the run the best in the world, in my opinion. He's more of a pass rusher type of guy, but there is some pass rush upside with him, seriously. So, like, if you can get him to fix his technique, get a little better at the run, I think we can get better there. Yeah, McClellan at 36 is way too high.
Yeah, that's a pick 67's where that starts, and that would be the highest I'd take him.
Yeah, I mean, I got a lot of the true noses on here, like McDonald, Jackson. Is he a true nose? I don't know. You could say Miller kind of is a true nose, kind of. I mean, a lot of these. I mean, even Dominique Orange didn't play. He thinks he could play 3-tech too. He thinks he could be that guy that you're talking about. And maybe he can. He has the quickness for it. Maybe he can. And what they asked him to do at Iowa State might be different than what the NFL asked him to do. But yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a change there on that one. All right. Let's see. Give you some any more thoughts on these?
No. I definitely. I don't know. I'm still a Caden McDonald guy, man. I just am.
You're big on that.
I love Caden McDonald. I mean, I think he's going to show up on this next graphic a little bit higher too.
Yeah. So let's go with run stops here. 1 second. I get this. Halton name right. I swear I copied and pasted that from PFF. I swear. I tried to do PFF. Fucking me over. All right. Let's go run stops. Boom. Run stop percentage.
Look at that.
So this is the nose tackle one.
Yeah.
Caden McDonald, 13.3. It's pretty damn good. for a run stop. That's the best in the class
What is
there.
he? 21 years old too.
Yeah, so he's a monster. Lee Hunter, of course, 11.9. Grayson Halton did have a good. I'm saying it's weird watching Halton's film because he gets pushed back, but then he does make some plays against the run. So maybe he could be that guy. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I need to watch more tape.
And he's at what, 290? He's about 294 around there, I think.
Yeah.
Halton. Yeah, I do like him. He's a third rounder to me personally, but yeah, I do like him.
Yeah. Let me see what Matt thinks.
We looked it up. He said he's a 5th round pick.
Oh yeah, he did it.
Yeah, Matt doesn't like him. Yeah.
DL 13.
Wow.
That's what Matt says. Yeah. He lacks the ideal length. And it's just under 6'3" with short arms. Late to recognize reach blocks. See, that's what I saw. I saw like he wasn't that good against the run, like overall, but I mean, still a good run stop percentage. I mean, you can't deny that at all, in my opinion. I still, Pure Woods pretty good. Nick Barrett is another nose tackle type of guy because he does not rush the passer at all. But we're getting to that when we get to win rate percentage here. But yeah, he is not that type of guy that he's going to be. How do I say this? Rushing the passer, right? His pass rush ability is very low. But Daryl Jackson Jr. is a player that has to pass rush upside a little bit.
Yeah.
Dominic Orange, that's weird that he's this low, but
that is weird.
Yeah, but so the thing is, like, something that he needs to get better at is shedding and making plays. Like he just like tries to stunt, but like two gapping. Like you can't stunt like this two gapping, man. I need you to make a tackle, but if you're gonna celebrate. You can't just because you held the guy up for your linebacker to make a play. Like, God.
Why is Christian Miller so low?
It's a damn good question. That's a damn good question because he's another guy that doesn't shed too much, and he frees it up for the Georgia linebacker. He's like Georgia's the most do your job team ever, where you just do your damn job, and that's how it goes. But I think. Miller, he does have some upside with the runs. He's just not like McDonald and Hunter, where they're doing it themselves.
Yeah.
Right. They get the push and then they shed and make a tackle. That's the difference if you see it like that. So, yeah. All right. Any other thoughts on that?
No. I mean, the Christian Miller not being very high on that list is interesting to me. But Cade McDonald, I'm just telling you, Cade McDonald at 36. There's other, if there's just certain players like you have like Emmanuel McNeil Warren, like if that guy's there at 36, like there's a few people like sprint the card in. And McDonald, to me, if you're keeping Max Crosby, you can get a Caden McDonald, Max Crosby, Kwity Paye. It's gonna be tough to run on the Raiders if you do that.
Yeah. Matt says 5th round.
I think Halton's a 3rd rounder.
I think he's a 3rd round. He's there. I'll go between there. He said DL 13. Chris McKellen. Yeah, he's a good player. That's what I'm saying. Like he has some upside as a pass rusher. He does. He has some serious upside as a pass rusher. He has some good movement there.
The Guzzi guy put his measurements in there. I mean, that's pretty impressive. 11 inch hands, 34-inch arms, 320 pounds. I mean, it's definitely something you bet on. If you and he says you can get him at 102, and that's about where I would take Chris McClellan.
Yeah, exactly. Would you be mad at Zion Young at 36 and Daryl Jackson Jr. at 67? I would.
I wouldn't. I like it.
Yeah, I know you like Zion Young. Zion Young just has no bend. I mean, this is saying if they're
3-4 end.
Yeah, and play him inside, and I think he does pretty well as a rusher inside. He does, and he's a pretty big guy.
Yeah, and he's a finisher. Oh man, I'm a big fan. I would because I think in there, I actually like him a lot more knowing that the Raiders would be running a 3-4. Right, like that's for me, hand in the ground, 3-4 base end. I think he'd be a beast. Maybe that's too high at 36 for some people, but I think Zion Young, if you watch him, I think he's a lot of fun to watch, man.
Yeah, because he is fun to watch. Don't get me wrong, he's fun as hell to watch, and he's such a monster against the run. It is crazy. I don't believe he's 262 though. I think that's a lie. I think he's probably 280 playing. I think he cut a lot of weight, so he could probably run a little faster, maybe. But he didn't run,
that's all right. You could be 280, but being base end in 3-4. Oh man, you kidding me?
Yes. So he's a fit there for sure. But man, they have to have the right vision for it. They do. They do that. The right vision for that one. Let's get to the next topic here. But are they running a 3-4 or a 4-3 over? You're getting just a BD question. You're getting BD on me. That's a good question though, because a 4-3 over is basically looks like a 3-4. So like if you're talking to like the media, you're gonna be like, we're running a 3-4, but they're really running a 4-3 over, which is basically it's like 5 across, like a bear front, or call it a tight front. Mm-hmm. But it's still 4-3. That's what Patrick Graham used to do all the time. So, but if you're trying to tell the media that, you'd be 3-4, because that's what it looks like. It looks like that. You know what I mean? All right. Linderbaum has no tag. I think
I'm not worried about franchise tagging him. Yeah.
All right. Let's get into win rate here. So
this is pass rush win rate.
Pass rush win rate, yeah. So pass rush win rate. This is the only thing Caleb Banks does halfway decent, right? His stats are terrible. I mean,
yeah. I can't bring myself to and he broke his foot, so that he's gonna be like a 3rd round pick at this point.
Yeah, which he said, how far does it make him fall? Yeah, I think it's 3rd round. Just because he doesn't really have the film to back up his talent.
And a big guy with a foot injury is, I mean, we all saw it with Tyree Wilson, right? Like right away, but like
big he's guy injured all year too.
Yeah, and he broke his foot during the draft process. So and everyone's like, oh, he was running at the combine on a broken foot. I'm like, okay, thank you, but what did you hurt it again doing that? Like, no, I'm good.
Yeah, but once again, Lee Hunter is up here, dude. His upside as a pass rusher is there. That's
what's weird, man, because he's like, people call him an outlier in terms of his combine performance. Okay, sure, but I watched him when he was doing the drills, just the actual D-line drills, and he looked great. I thought he had great feet. I thought he was really in control. He was, the effort was there and everything. But it's, to me, his tape, like people talk about Emmanuel Pregnon, right? Like as a pick at 36 for the Raiders. Watch what Lee Hunter did to him. Lee Hunter destroyed him. I mean, it's at some point. I mean, the channel's called Tape Don't Lie, right? Yeah. These numbers also don't seem to be lying either, because they match the tape, and that's where the combine to me is deceptive. Where it's like, okay, he's beating top competition. He's beating top competition. He's beating these Oregon guards. He's going in there and doing it. Like I hope he falls to 67. I hope teams are discouraged by him. I don't think they are, though. I actually don't think they are.
Yeah, because when I look at these numbers and then I think about the film, like he's a pretty good pass rusher, bro.
Right.
He is. He's a pretty good pass rusher. And, just when you look at his complete game, I think that that's what it's between him and McDonald. And people are really just going McDonald because he's younger. That's what I think. Because McDonald is the best run defender in this. He's dominant. Right. He will change your run defense. Hell yeah. But like Lee Hunter has the pass rush upside too, because he's bred. I mean, Grayson Halton is 295. Hunter's like almost 3. He came in at 318, but like we know he don't see. He went home and he made sure he had his burgers after that. Mm-hmm. And he's playing at 330. We know he's playing at 330.
Yeah,
Let's keep it real. And
Vince Wilfork. Show up in overalls. Show up in overalls to the combine.
Landon Robinson is interesting. I would have watched Landon Robinson film just because he is just, as a pass rusher, he is all over this.
Yeah, as I say, because against the run, I saw his run numbers, and that makes sense when you're 5'11".
Oh, he's 5'11".
He's 5'11". Okay. That's why he's gonna fall a little bit. It's a weird body type, but people want to do Aaron Donald. I'm sorry, there's only one Aaron Donald. I'm not gonna just be putting that on anybody. But that's why I think Landon Robinson is gonna be there in the 4th round or something for somebody.
Yeah. All right. So next out here we got pass rush productivity. So who did up there? All right. So you see Grayson Halton is back up there for that one. But what are your thoughts on this one, Glenn?
So what is pass rush productivity? Like, what is that stat?
Basically what that is Your number of your snaps divided by your pressures, basically, or your pressures
I
divided
see.
by your number of snaps.
This is an
There you go with that.
efficiency metric. Okay.
Yeah, basically.
Okay, got it. I tell you, I mean, Halton can get in the backfield, man. I'm just saying, like he can get in the backfield. I maybe you got to be creative with how you use him. Maybe you're not going to have him out there in an obvious running situation or something, but he can get after it. Let's see who else. Hunter again. I mean, the guy's been top 3 at almost everything on this list. And McClellan. I mean, shout out McClellan too. I mean, up there. Weird to see Peter Woods so far down. I thought he would
Right.
have a little bit higher numbers there too. But I mean, I'll take from Caden McDonald up. All those guys are really interesting to me. I really want to address this position really bad. I want the Raiders to just fix the defensive line this year. You hired your defensive line coaches, your DC. Like, go get some fun draft prospects in there, and do that. And I think to me, like a Halton seems really fun. Lee Hunter seems really fun. It allows, I think it could unlock something with the Raiders getting a Lee Hunter. Like, it really could unlock Max Crosby, which sounds weird, right? Because we feel like he is kind of unlocked, but I think you really can unlock Max Crosby if Lee Hunter is winning similarly to these numbers.
Yeah. Because you think about it, kind of to go back to win rate a little bit. I mean, a win rate doesn't always mean a pressure. So it kind of shows, like, even with this, the productivity, it kind of matches with the win rates.
Yeah.
But for the most part, but like, just because he doesn't get a pressure, he's there. He's not there, right? So those are the type of guys that I think with Lee Hunter and even Chris McClellan's all over this. Kirsten Miller.
Yeah, he's right in the middle, doing top middle kind of thing. I'm impressed by McClellan.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Peter Woods that's really bad. And we probably with him a little bit is about his, what I would say, just the film this year and what he's asked to do. So that there might be some untapped ability there. Nick Barrett, like I said, he just plays the run. You're drafting Nick Barrett to play the run. That's what you're doing. You're not drafting. You're not. Maybe you get a pass rusher, but it feels like from McDonald up is maybe the guys who have the pass rush upside at the defense tackle position. Somebody asked about Easy BX asked about Zane Durant, but I think that Durant is will be going after these guys in my opinion, unless some team kind of likes him. But
he's also like 280. He's definitely. I think the Raiders kind of have that in Hemingway and Laulu on the roster right now. I know some fans might not be super high on that, but I kind of feel like the Raiders need a different body type than the Zane Durant. I think they're going to need to add size to the DT room.
Yeah, exactly. Space pieces making fun of us. Yeah. I suck at the spelling. It's a joke right now.
I love every player. Everybody calls me a hater all the time.
He loves the defensive tackle class.
I do. I think it's a great defense. I think the defensive line class is amazing in this and deep. I want to address the D line like 2 times at least, and I like the safety class too this year for sure. DT class, love it.
Yeah. All right. What other questions we got here? Banks. You gotta ask that. Oh, questions today. Somebody saw a music video. Yeah, I got a new music video out. Has Baby Suge in it. Doing voicemail at the beginning.
Nice.
Yeah. So you go to IP 2.0 on YouTube. You type it on YouTube, you'll see the music video. That's Baby Suge in it. It's kind of funny. Maybe I'll play it on Friday. We ain't got too many other questions in here, guys. It's not really much happening. He's like Xavier Harris. I watched Xavier Harris. He's like 6'10". He's really like 6'8" or something like that.
Wow.
So he could play though. He could play. He just feels like one of those dudes that, like, plays when he wants to. Like, tonight I just don't feel like playing football tonight. I just don't feel like doing this. But maybe it's the playoffs. Let me go hard. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of my thing with Xavier Harris. The playoffs, he's fantastic, but it's one of those things right here. Which position in the draft can the Raiders not ignore outside of QB and DT?
Safety
for me.
They literally did not do anything at that position in free agency, which kind of drives me insane.
Yeah, had to be safety for sure. Yeah, safety. What could be the other one?
I think offensive line in general, they're gonna have to add at least one more lineman there, but that's kind of standard every year. I mean, who's their backup? Who's Genty's backup right now?
Yeah, that's a good damn question.
Who's his backup? They need to go get another running back.
Yeah, or blocking tight end or something.
I agree with blocking. Day three to me is wide receiver and blocking tight end.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, to me, it has to be safety, man. They got to grab
safety is number one. Yeah, I agree.
They got to do something with the safety class, man. You know, let's get some of these guys. See what we can do with that. You know what I mean? All right. So what does Lee Hunter film look like with Deuce Gruden helping build him up? I mean, I kind of want him to stay fat. Do we need him to lose weight? I don't know. If he can move
maybe
like
if
that,
it's a stamina. If there's a stamina thing, is the only time you'd want to do that. But I mean, you could always get stronger though. You could be like a fat, strong guy. Everybody's seen that guy at the gym. Just a big, fat, strong guy. You're like, damn.
Yeah. We can see a detailed analytics breakdown for safety. Yeah,
we should. Yeah. Well, the Raiders need two. I mean, when you see the Raiders like projected defense and they put the faces out there, I kind of like. I'm like, okay, that's good, and then you're like, Isaiah, pull him out. You know, like the whole you have that. You know, like those are your starting safeties, and they haven't. It's kind of too late to bring anybody in, really. Too like so. It's just like I don't know. That's still in this, and maybe they wanted to, maybe with the Max backing out of the Max trade, the Ravens thing that might have stopped them from signing a safety, but I don't know, man. I still feel like seeing Jaquan Brisker get $5 million. Yeah, I'm just like, that's a risk I'd take on this team. I don't know, whatever. They're gonna need to draft two.
Yeah, now they have to. All right. Would Tacario Davis be a steal in the fourth?
Could be. I like him. Maybe
would you change Lockie Tossi's position? I don't know, guys. I don't know.
I mean, he's athletic enough to,
play D tackle, play a little nose.
Didn't they originally have him at nose?
Yeah,
and then they moved him to guard. That is interesting to see how this staff is going to look at him.
Just put him at nose, man.
But
also, he has a chance. You know what I mean?
Who made the call last year to not do that? Was it Rob Leonard?
I don't know.
That's it could be Pete Carroll. That's just not me hating or anything. I just mean it could have been Pete Carroll that said that too. But I just wonder, did Rob Leonard say like, I think this guy's more of a, other side of the thing. I thought he was one of the most fun players to watch in the preseason. So he was just knocking people back all the time. So to me, if he's depth at O-line, like we'll see.
Yeah, just put him at D tackle. See what he could do, man.
I would like to see it. That would be.
Me too.
Yeah, just that would be crazy.
Him tossing people around. Yeah.
That's what is he? 360 or something?
Yeah. Put him back at NT. Let's get this done. All right. Which draft pick in the history? We're gonna end this because it's a good question. Which draft pick in the history of the Raiders made y'all angry, but the player proved you wrong?
Gosh, I don't know. It hasn't happened that much. Draft pick. I don't know. I feel like it's been the other way around more so than that. Gosh, who that is a tough one.
So I'm gonna look at the Raiders all-time draft history because I'm trying to think who I was disappointed in but ended up being good. Trey Tucker, actually. You know what's a good one? Trey Tucker.
Yeah, Trey Tucker. I agree with you there.
As he gets an extension, that'd be first. It'd be Tucker Rivera. I would say Tucker, but go ahead.
Trey Tucker. No, you're right. Trey Tucker. I'm just trying to think. I'm trying to think of some deep cuts, from 10 years ago or something.
Yeah.
Like that. And there's just nothing. I guess nothing's coming. I mean, they just hadn't really had a lot of good draft picks. That's kind of the problem. But yeah, this is tough. It's a Janikowski.
Janikowski.
That's true. Gosh,
there's more alike that ended up sucking than the other way around. That's kind of funny.
Yeah. Bruce Campbell. I remember Bruce Campbell. I thought that was a stupid pick at the time. I was like, oh, of course, the Combine Warrior, and he ended up being okay. I mean, not great, but he stayed in the league and developed. Let me see. Oh, I got one because it was a third round pick. This was a third round pick. Jared Veldier. Jared Veldier was from some fucking middle of nowhere school, Hillsdale. And he was a 69th overall pick. And at the time, I remember thinking, like, man, we drafted a tackle, but this guy, some guy to some small school, or whatever, like that. Veldier was a beast, man.
Yeah. I mean, a good one is Cole Miller is a good one too.
That is true. That might be the number one. Because I remember we lost the coin flip and we wanted Mike McGlinchey. I remember everybody wanted Mike McGlinchey, and of course me too, because look where he went to school. But this is like, you know, the Monroe Freeling kind of thing that's happening right now. Like he's potential. He's a great athlete, but his tape is, and especially because Colton Miller's rookie season was horrible,
awful.
Frank Clark, I'll still never forget.
That might be one of the worst. Oh man, we thought we were in trouble. We were talking about drafting left tackle the next year, I think.
I know. And then he looked fantastic with Gruden that next year. Yeah, we did pick Colton over Derwin James, but at least Colton Miller's very good. Still hasn't made a Pro Bowl, which I think sucks. Like that, he should have been a Pro Bowler one year.
Yeah. All right, let's get out of here, guys. So we're out of here. I was trying to read this. All right, we're out of here, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. You know, we keep doing some more analytic things, deep diving. You know, we got about a month left before the draft, and of course, Friday Night Live is back. So also make sure you call the line and give us some voicemails there, and we'll be back on Friday getting this in, guys. So I'm out of here. Peace.